So the first car spotted at Caffeine Machine happens to be owned by Luke Scambler, and this is an early Range Rover L322 SE. Being an early car, it's fitted with the BMW M2 4.4 V8 engine. Interestingly, this is a one-owner car which is previously owned by Cheshire Police, hence the low specification. So the next car sold is BMW 320i E30 Saloon 2-door. This is a 1988 car, so it's a Series 2. Next up I spotted this Ford Mustang. This is a 7th generation car, and this is in Dark Horse trim. So this features the 5-litre V8 with the 6-speed manual gearbox exclusive to the Dark Horse. Let me know what you think of this new shape in the comments. Also spotted this C63 W204 Estate. This happens to be an early update pre-facelift car. These are 6.2 V8 with 450 horsepower. Yeah, I really like these. One of the last of the proper naturally aspirated C63s of their time. I've also got another one over here actually. This is a facelift, still the same power standard variant, 6.2 again. I've also come across this i20N. These feature the 1.6 4-cylinder smart steering engine with about 201 horsepower. Again, they've actually stopped making these for the UK, and the i30N now, because basically the N brand's going all electric. I really like this colour actually. If anyone knows what it is, let us know in the comments. Afternoon, Jacob. I think you've spotted something you like, haven't you?
I have, yeah. It's similar to my fire red G87 M2. Scarlet red?
Yeah, scarlet red, yep. It's metallic.
Circuit pack, GI Yaris, so you get the upgraded wheels.
BBS wheels.
Do you get the different front discs? I don't know.
I think the discs are slightly different, but yeah, these are quite a nice. Actually, obviously four-wheel drive, 1.6 turbo, 257 horsepower, but 3-cylinder weirdly enough. You can actually do a 30-70 split on these, so you can send a lot of power to the back. Yeah, a really cool driver's car, obviously manual. This is a pre-facelift. You can actually get an auto as well in the newer ones. But yeah, it's quite a cool little hot hatch. Let us know what you think in the comments of them. So we've just come from Caffeine Machine, and want to get Jacob's first impressions of his M2 now. He's had it for a little while, and he can kind of tell us what he thinks of it. And yeah, how you find it, Jacob?
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I've done about just over 800 miles now, so yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I think we said we do 5 things we hate and 5 things I hate, 5 things I like.
Yeah.
I think small things really, I'm going to shut that. The speed warning, first of all, is really annoying.
Yeah.
But you can turn that off with the cruise control button.
You've set a shortcut to it now?
Yeah. A few other little things, like the ride is quite bouncy. I'm used to M cars, but it is a little bit firm. Few door rattles and that, but there's not really much to complain about, to be honest. It's a brand new car, obviously. Much prefer the ZF gearbox over DCT, and the interior quality is so much better.
You find it now you've kind of had it for a few weeks, and the car's bedded a bit more. You feel the car feels a bit, better.
Yeah, I mean, you don't buy an M2 for fuel, but it's definitely better for fuel. It's like 29 mpg. So every tank you do, it's slightly better. It's a lot better now with the gearbox is bedded in. Brakes are obviously bedded in, but it's the same with any car really.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall really nice car. Much prefer the M1 and M2 modes in this. Obviously what I've got here on the steering wheel. Yeah, so the M1 M2 buttons are much better, I think, compared to the old M cars. Yeah. Just because you've got like full customization. You can even change the traction intensity.
Yeah,
so you can turn it completely off, or you can have it on 10 if you just want a bit more. So we put it in M2 mode now. And yeah, the pops that you get and the burbles are quite nice in the gearbox. So something they've added with the new M cars. It just adds to the drive a little bit more. You can turn that off as well if you want to, but you do get a nice little like pops
you
as well, which you never got on the old one.
gearbox feels a bit smoother now. You've had it a little while.
Yeah, it's a lot smoother. Before it wasn't jerky, but it was sort of hanging gears a bit.
Not DCT like.
Yeah, as it beds in the gearbox, I think you get that hanging in the gears. But now it's much more punchy. But yeah, ZF box is really good. It's really smooth compared to DCT gearboxes. Yeah, I think the other thing that I've come from an M4, so obviously the older shape M4s, you get the M bucket seats, which are optional extra on these. I've gone for normal seats, which are much more comfortable. You get like massage support, lumbar support, everything. Alcantara flat bottom wheel, massive improvement in my opinion over the. Just get the normal wheel,
leather wheel.
Cars, so that's a big improvement for me.
And you got the 12 o'clock.
As 12 o'clock red, and this is Alcantara optional extra, but you can get obviously leather. Carbon interior is actually like full carbon on these, so you get the carbon surround, carbon on the front, carbon on the steering wheel. You can hear it proper aggressively downshift now, compared to the old one. Take you around this roundabout without crashing. This one comes with a sunroof. That's optional extra. You don't get carbon roof, do you? So
no. You have to spec that. Yeah.
But yeah, I really do like the pops you get on the gears, the gear changes. It just adds to the drive a little bit more. I know people don't like fake exhaust noises, but for me it just adds for a little bit more.
It sounds mega for a stock car.
Yeah, it's the other thing's completely stock. So I think the exhaust note is much better than the M4 had. It's just less raspy, stock, less tinny, I think. But the S58 is a mixture to me of a B58 and S55, so it's perfect for me, really.
Do you want to tell everyone what you've done to the car so far as well? I think there's a few little bits in front of you.
Yeah, not very exciting. I've done the Zun Sport front grille, which just protects the radiator because it's all open on these new M cars. And then the oil cooler underneath as well. And then I've got a short plate, so I've done the R44 Performance short plate folders. They just clip on and then just clip your plates on. So yeah, I prefer magnet plates, but that's the only option on these, unfortunately.
There's nothing nowhere to put it, is there, I guess?
No, and that's literally it. Running in service is getting done on Tuesday. Shout out to Lister's BMW in Boston for getting that hooked in literally within a day's notice, I think it was.
I think it's between 900 and 1200. If I look
I'm at 827. So yeah, I'll be well within the running in service. It's between 900 to 1200 miles. You can't go late. Like if you are late, I think there's a grace period, but you might invalid your warranty. So yeah,
I think it's warranty.
It's best just to get it done as soon as you can. I think that's getting done on Tuesday. And then as soon as that's done, I can start with mods. So first for me would be the iBack Pro springs. And then the spacers, pretty standard really. Nothing too crazy because it's my daily, so just want it to be a bit more stanced. And then mid-pipe maybe for exhaust.
That'd be cool.
Maybe go for the tuning box route just to max out the power in a way.
You want to tell the people that don't know what kind of horsepower we're looking at with that as well?
Yeah, so standard they're 480, so similar to G80, G82, obviously a little bit less compared to them. With the tuning box, it's literally a plug-and-play tuning box. No other mods. You can get 600 brake. They say about 600 to 620, so in my opinion, for an extra 100-ish horsepower from that, it's well worth it. I think the thing to mention with these is what I've noticed just from my month of owning it is there's not many like mods out there like because it's such a new car. The LCIs that just come out, so yeah, there's not really much you can do that's cheap. Everything's really expensive. The carbon stuff is like you're looking at the minimum of £1,000 sort of thing. All that mud, lovely. Like the tuning box is about £1,000, which to me is crazy for a tuning box, but yeah, I do really want to take 600 brake just to.
That would be cool.
My first 600 brake car, and real drive would be quite good fun. But
so what was your M4 with the boot mod?
I'd never actually mapped the M4
never did,
because
you?
of the infamous crank hub.
Yeah,
So
I forgot about that.
if
You were
anyone
going
knows,
to it.
if anyone knows the S55s, you've got the crank hub.
Have you sold that now? Have you sold that?
Yeah, I've sold the license
Had it,
on, but I had that for the PPF, so I did a mid pipe. So to turn the PPF light off, I just bought the license, did some verbal setting. I was going to go stage 1, but it's like £2 for the crank hub. Which you can just risk it, but in my opinion, it's like one of those things where it would happen to me.
Yeah,
I'll be one of the lucky 1%, and then it's a lot of money.
I think it's still a lot. I think it's like 1 in 1,000 people. I've heard it. So, but even so, you never know, could you?
I mean, the standard M4 it was 444.
Yeah.
So it was still. I didn't really feel the need to map it. I think with just this, I just want to map it because I know how tunable they are.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can literally just put a box in. Well, you can get big mod free with stage 1, same thing, and just no other mods, just a map, and you can get 600 brakes.
So people are starting to unlock the ECUs on these, aren't they? Slowly.
Yes, yeah. So that's the main reason why I do the tuning box, because you don't need to unlock the ECU.
Because you can do it there. Yeah.
It's just like a bench. They call it a bench unlock map or something. I don't know. Otherwise, you have to send it off to Femto in Finland if you want to do like stage 2 or above. So you have to send the ECU away to get unlocked, which is quite a lot of hassle, especially if it's your daily car. That's like quite a lot of hassle just for that. So, do you want to show the interior spec?
Yeah. Jacob, could you tell us about the interior spec of the M2 then? What have you gone for with this one?
Yeah, so this is the Alcantara wheel, so you get the flat bottom and you get the red marker.
Yeah, 12 o'clock. Yeah.
This is optional extra. I might just put the light on actually, just so. So yeah, this is optional. I think it's about £500. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's about £400 or £500 for that, which is a lot of money. But for me, it just transforms the feel of it. Yeah. Obviously, looks a lot better. And then you've got the optional carbon on here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Which actually comes with the. They didn't have this on the previous day, so the carbon paddles, which are completely different.
Yeah.
So on a normal steering wheel, you just get the normal like G series paddles, but these you get the optional ones. And then that comes with the carbon surround here, and you get the carbon on there.
Yeah, nice.
And then this is all carbon. This is probably my most favourite bit about the interior. Like you just get this massive sweeping bit of carbon. I think that's it. So that carbon interior is £800.
Wow.
So yeah, it's well worth it. It's a lot of money, but I think it's well worth it. Just standard interior on the M2, so you get these little like LED lights here, and you got wireless display obviously there. It's quite normal now those, and then you get there, and then you get here as well. These actually just open the door. Don't know if you can see
pulsate,
that.
Don't they?
Yeah, they pulsate, which is quite a cool. So when you like getting out of the car at night, shut that before. But yeah. At night they just light up, quite normal. I quite like that sort of effect. It's quite a nice
really
touch,
good.
to be fair.
Nice. And we've got the seats as well.
Yep. So when
these light up, don't
I think it's when you're in neutral or like locking it, unlocking it. These light up with the M2 logo. I still haven't taken the tape off because I'm not going to take the tape off.
No, I don't blame you.
And yeah, you can change all these ambient lighting, obviously. And yeah, everything's touchscreen, so you can see here you've just literally just got so minimalistic buttons. These are quite new on the G series, the different like toggles for the air vents.
Yeah.
All your heated seats, like in the steering wheel, is up here. It's like an iPad. You literally got everything you need for the car in there.
This is the upgraded iDrive 8.5 as well, so it's a little bit more up to date than the classic.
Yeah, and then I'll just show you so that's exhaust setup, but just go setup here. This is what I was saying about the traction, so you can actually turn it to like off. Yep. Or I haven't played about that yet. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, you've got engine off. This is kind of standard, isn't it now, on the M cars? But yeah, M1 setup is just comfort, gearbox and D1, and traction on obviously.
Oh, you actually can start stop off. That's quite cool.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So on the old ones, you had to like constantly press that button there.
Yeah.
But now you can just do it there. M sound is what we spoke about, so the gear shift noises and all that. So you can turn it off. I quite like it personally. Okay, so this is only possible when you turn the traction off.
I see.
So basically, like it's like a scale of how much you want it off. which is quite cool to be fair, because on the old ones it was on or off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So now you can.
That's really clever, that is.
So that's my M1. M2 is everything in sport. Brake. Do you know you can do that? I've just noticed that.
Brake.
So you can change the brakes. Okay, I'll have a look at that. So yeah, it looks like you can actually change the brake response as well to sport.
Do I play with that now?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Honestly, I've never seen that before. I didn't know. Maybe it's just been unlocked since I've been driving it. That's quite cool. But yeah, my M2 is just sport. But then I've actually left this in D1 just because of the running in. So I don't want it to be bashing off the limiter.
Just bed it in nicely. Don't blame you.
Because basically you've got to keep it under 5k. So we just did that drive now and wasn't going above 5k for that reason. That's nice.
That's nice.
What else? Heads-up display, which you can actually move up and down. I don't know if they had that on the old one, but
they did actually know.
collision warning on there. You've got lane assist. You get quite a lot of spec standards.
Some of the lanes, don't you? Yeah, compared to what it used to be like.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, everyone's different, but for me, if you're buying one of these, you just have to get the. Maybe not the Alcantara wheel, because some people like level steering wheel, which is fair enough.
Yeah, it's quite a preference, isn't it?
But this carbon for me, like with the paddles, I know you've sat in it and felt it as well, and just the touch, it's just everything, just makes it a bit more premium. Because I think standard you get the satin black,
the
aluminium.
or brushed silver, I think. Yeah.
The other thing to mention, interior. So on the seats here, you can have them without this red.
Yeah.
Or you can have blue. Is it blue, black, and red?
Blue, yeah, with the motorsport colours. Yeah.
This was just a part of the spec really, so they've gone for the red here, and on the rear seats you can see it's got red striping. Just complements the fire red as well, and actually I've got a sunroof as well, haven't we? So obviously it goes up and down, opens up over the carbon roof. I had the sunroof on my M4, so for me I just prefer sunroofs personally, but again that's an optional extra. I think that's only about 300 quid, whereas carbon roof's about 800 quid, so you're actually saving money. They all come with carbon. Yeah, that's new, isn't it? G Series M. Yeah, which is really good sound. This is actually, I'm a bit of a sound, like, I do like my sound system. So for me, this is a little bit more like, it's got the pitch and the bass more compared to the older M cars, but it's a little bit more like tinny. It hasn't got the same subs.
It's a surround sound, isn't it?
It is a surround sound, yeah, because you can just get them without surround, but the subs are not quite as strong. I do think they've actually worsened the Harman Kardon with the newer M's, but that's probably a way to save money, isn't it? Yeah. Like everything. Yeah, this is a big thing for me as well. I wasn't sure on the digital rev counter stuff you've got here.
Yeah.
So you've got obviously it goes up and down on the sides, whereas you would have just the normal analog dials. I can't forget how you change the display now. So yeah, you've got different. If I can go to work. You've got lap timer. I don't know why. I suppose people would take some over ring. But yeah, you've got loads of different menu settings here actually, which is quite cool compared to the old one. You can have your sat nav on there. Yeah. And then you can do Apple CarPlay as well. Oh, so all your Apple CarPlay goes into there. Probably quite boring stuff for people, this, isn't it? But engine tyres, yeah, you literally get everything on here, which is quite cool. Shout out Auto Alex. Christmas podcast. But yeah, I think that's about it on the interior, isn't it, really?
Thanks for sharing us, Jacob. I appreciate it. Let's
no worries.
hope to see you in another video.
Right, cheers.